Hey everyone. Hello? Test? Why am I hearing my... Why am I hearing my... I keep interrupting myself. I just reinstalled Windows and I also reinstalled I just reinstalled Reaper and now I'm hearing myself with a delay. Never mind, I fixed it. Crisis averted. And now I forget what I'm even supposed to be talking about.
Hello, YouTube. As you can see, the trolls are at it again on my YouTube.
That's it. So you remember that video I made where Gina Maria thinks birds are spaceships or aliens or shapeshifters, sideways dragons on the moon, whatever? Well, apparently some of you were naughty, and you went over to her channel and left her some comments on that video that she didn't like very much. And I think that's gotten under her skin a little bit. Tisk tisk, children. Okay? Tisk.
What they do is they pick certain things like this so they can go jump on their little bandwagon, but guess what?
I don't want to. So yeah, I don't think it's really them choosing that video as such. It's mainly the fact that I made a video about it and they clicked the link that's in the description. Again, tisk tisk. Very tisk. Go to the fridge and get Daddy a beer, will you?
I'm not giving up and you ain't getting to me, so you can just be a follower and go do what you are programmed to do and what you're paid to do since you are trolls.
I don't get paid enough to do this, watching this shit all the time. You think I really want to be watching videos about why birds are spaceships? I got things I'd rather do. I'm joking though, I hope that's obvious. You guys pay me well enough even so, even if I do have to watch that stuff all the time and put pantyhose on my face and be your dancing monkey. Maybe now that I have an excuse though, I would like to toot my own horn just a little bit. Thanks to the move I was talking about late last year, early this year, I've finally been able to start getting my shit together after more than 8 years. And I believe this will be the 17th week in a row that I've been keeping a weekly schedule. Emailing videos on Wednesdays and publishing videos on Thursdays. For anyone who was around on Patreon during that period when I was just utterly useless, barely making videos, half the time not even getting the exclusives done, that kind of thing. The exclusive videos on Patreon are 100% caught up. They have been for quite a while now. For every single month since 2017, since I've been majority Patreon supported, there is an exclusive video for it, which means there's something like, I think, 38 exclusive videos, 29 of which are still reserved for the $10 people. Those are the people they were made for, those are the people they stay with. But for the past 9 months and into the future, they're for the $5 people. So I'm really keeping up with stuff. And honestly, it feels good. And I'm managing to do all that while a huge amount of my time is taken up with trying to get the exterior of the house fixed up in the yard before the winter comes again in probably September. Just gotta make sure this place isn't gonna have issues going forward, so I'm putting a lot of time into that right now. But once that's over with, once the winter starts to roll around again, I'm really hoping I can get to doing some more content, more regularity. I mean, a video a week I think is pretty good. I'm proud of that. It's a lot better than I've done through a lot of the past. But I can do more and hopefully interact with you guys more trying to decide what videos to do and stuff after the summer, okay? Just give me a bit of time. So with all that said, I don't remember what I wanted to say. Moving on.
Because you don't have anything better to do with your time here on this earth.
Wait, I don't have anything better to do with my time on this earth than get paid to troll? No, I do. I don't have a better way to get paid, though.
Okay, that's what I've got to say. So you're at it again on my YouTube channel. Oh my goodness, but that's okay because your days are coming to an end. The darkness is coming to an end. It is.
The darkness of not believing birds are tiny spaceships for tiny space aliens? You know, when I signed up for the Army of Darkness, this was not what I was expecting. I thought it'd be a lot cooler.
And your darkness will not always be. That's what I've got to say to the trolls who love to come on my YouTube. It is the most silliest thing. It really is. Look at that. I don't think you understand what a bird is. So clouds are ships, planes fly, go figure. I never thought I would say this, but it's just clouds just like something. Doesn't it make it one thing? Guys, yeah.
Got him.
Now they think I'm an extraterrestrial being. That I am an extraterrestrial being projected onto YouTube to tell about the secret bird projection. Plan to throw you off the bird projection plan. And that's one of the nicer comments. I'm thinking, you've got to be kidding.
No, clearly they're serious.
But when you have trolls come on your YouTube channel and or your Facebook page, you know that you are doing something right.
That's sloppy reasoning at best, Gina. I mean, if that were the case, everybody would be doing something right, including the people you totally disagree with. I have people come and disagree and make fun of me in my comments section too. Probably not as often as you, but I do. Might surprise you to learn that sometimes I manage to kick a hornet's nest of flat earthers and conspiracy theorists, and then a few of them come over and piss and moan about it, make silly arguments in favor of their position, and everyone starts arguing with each other. And it's a whole lot of fun, very underrated. I don't know why anyone has a problem with that. I have an entire channel dedicated to nothing but subscribing to people I think I might respond to someday, and I'm always amazed about how many of them turn their comments off. You're missing out on half the fun of the platform. I mean, okay, I get it. Sometimes you don't want to deal with it yourself. I've had plenty of times where I just have too much other stuff going on, I don't feel like participating or even reading the comments. Yeah, fine, but maybe your audience wants to argue with people. Let them have their fun, come on. But to your credit, Gina, you do. Your comments are open, and here you are making a video just making fun of the commenters. With kind of nonsense points, but hey, you're playing the game. I like you.
So I am doing something right, and there they are on there. Picking certain topics to,
Yeah, you know why I picked that video, Gina? I mean, I've watched a lot of your videos. I've watched dozens of them, in fact. And every one of them that I've seen has been bad. But oftentimes they're these live streams that you're doing where you're like, oh, look at the out of focus star. And then you sit there for 20 seconds, and then some new viewer comes in, and you go, buenos dias, yeah. Just boring, time-wasting nonsense. Or maybe you have some horrible quality fragment of a zoomed-in photo and you look at something in it and you say, that's a spaceship, and it's just a little smudge. It's not that interesting. But the birds one was extra special. You had a clear-as-day video of birds flying by. You even identified that yourself. And then you said, but no, they're not birds, they're spacecraft, aliens. I'm still not 100% on what you thought they were. How could I resist that, Gina?
Look, they say I need medical attention. That is the stupidest thing.
Okay, you know what? I don't disagree with you. And this is something I personally would rather not see in comments. And I think it's something I've been guilty of saying in the past as well, so I'm not really passing judgment on the people who say it, just something to think about. I don't think Gina Maria, or most, if any, of the people I respond to, have an actual medical mental condition. At least nothing that would prevent them from being capable of accurate reasoning with training and work. The way that I see this is it's not really an issue of mental health. It's more an issue of, I guess, mental discipline. And I guess of values. There's a reason why most of the world is religious for not really any good reason. And it's the same reason why people fall for these conspiracy theories, even the ones that seem absolutely ridiculous, like lens flares being invading planets and the sun being fake. And I do think starting from a standpoint of religious-based reasoning really does help people fall for these kind of conspiracy theories, which is why most of them are in fact religious. Gina Maria, Tony Daytona, the Final Days lens flare lady, all the big ones, all the good ones. Critical thinking and skepticism and a determination to face the truth even if it conflicts with what you already believe, even if it's not what you wish was true. These aren't the default way of thinking by any means. They take education, they take work, they take dedication, they take a willingness to accept discomfort. They take constant introspection and questioning of yourself and constant questioning of everything you hear, everything you see, everything you think you understand. So what would happen if your values didn't lead you to care enough to put in that work or to accept that discomfort? What if all you wanted was to feel special, to feel loved by God, maybe to feel like you have some sort of unique insight that other people don't have? You don't want to sit there questioning yourself all day. You don't want to ask all these hard questions. You don't want to constantly have that feeling of doubt. You just want to ride the wave, believe what feels good, believe what makes the world exciting. I mean, the world would be so much more exciting if birds were actually alien spaceships, especially if you were one of the only people that they showed themselves to. It'd be amazing. I don't know, I guess what I'm trying to say is it's a lot easier to fall for very silly ideas than a lot of us would like to accept. And if you had a different personality type or you'd gone through different experiences in your life, it could be you sitting there talking about bird spaceships, and it doesn't require that you have some sort of a mental illness. It just requires you leave yourself a bit too much slack for a bit too long. So be careful, keep an eye on what's going on in your head. Take some time occasionally just to sort of review things, see where you're at, see if there's anything you're believing for fallacious reasons or that you haven't really given enough thought to or don't have enough evidence for, especially things, frankly, that you're really passionate about. Those are the easiest ones to get misled about. Your feelings can easily override your reasoning if they're strong enough. It happens to the best of us. None of us are special.
Yeah, so you've got to have some tough skin. If you're on here, if you're going to put yourself out there for the world to see and for paid trolls, you better be able to take it. You better.
I love the attitude. I really do. I do think you're falling a little bit for what I was warning about in that last segment, though. These people aren't just trolls. They're definitely not paid trolls. Let's be real. I have a decent-sized audience. Some of them are going to make their way to your video. Their only payment is the fact that they find it entertaining. But paid or not, they're not all acting like trolls. Some of them are there telling you things like it's a bird because they're trying to communicate something to you and your audience. They're trying to get you to take a second look and see if what you think is really what's real. If there could be any other more likely explanation, if your reasoning really stacks up. Even if they're not leaving some long justification for that statement, I'm pretty sure that is the intent for at least a bunch of the people. And you're just laughing it off and calling them trolls. Now the thing is, I'm sure you've been told similar things before, and maybe at this point you've thought about it so many times that you don't feel any need to take a step back and ask yourself if you're on the right path here. But that's what I'm wondering about. Was there ever a time where you did take that step back? Where you did ask yourself if you're wrong? Because it seems to me that to get to the point of thinking that random birds you see outside your house are alien spacecraft is probably not your first destination of belief. You founded this upon other beliefs that you founded upon other beliefs. And it's probably been a very long time of laughing off people as trolls, not asking yourself if what you believe is right or if you have any good reason to believe it, and just believing whatever feels good or feels right or sounds good in the moment. It's probably a decent length process. I don't think you reach this overnight. And I don't think it's a process that could continue that efficiently if you were stopping to ask yourself questions.
Yeah, and I'm sure this is not the end of their trolling. It is stupid and it's silly. Yeah.
Not all of it. Some of it. Again, I do disagree with the people saying you need mental help and you have a mental disorder or whatever they're saying. And again, I don't exempt myself from this. I know full well that I've said stuff like that in the past. And if you're saying stuff like that now, you're probably just in a similar state to where I was when I said stuff like that. It's not a big deal. Not at all. Gina's a big girl. She can take it. It's not like you're saying it to a 12-year-old. But maybe give a second thought to that kind of comment. Even just on the grounds of like comedy and originality. It's kind of worn out. Whatever though, I'm not here to lecture people about language. I don't care that much. I'm not the kind of person that's gonna fucking report you to YouTube for being a meanie face. So go ahead, Gina.
They will try everything and anything when you're trying to get the message out, like these UFOs, these beings that are out there, the dimensional beings, the higher beings in the other realms. You're going to have people who pay people to come and troll your page.
Does anyone know if the Illuminati head office is working right now, by the way? Are they in New York or something? Are they still shut down? I haven't been getting my check from them.
But I got news for them. I'm not stopping, and you are not going to put my light out on the inside of me. It is not happening in this lifetime, okay?
I am overjoyed to hear that, Gina. You're one of my favorites. Do you know how much less fun I would have on YouTube if you weren't there? I mean, sure, I'll always find something to respond to, but see, I view people on YouTube on a scale of Pendletons. 0 Pendletons being like stuff that's just not fun, horrible, depressing, I don't want to respond to it, and Father of 8 Pendletons being John Pendleton. And I'd put you at like a solid 6, okay? That means something. Oh, Mrs. Gina Maria, you are something else.
And any other lifetimes, okay? You're not putting out my light. Because I don't give you permission to put my light out.
Again, I love the attitude. Aside from the fact that it's an expression of total lack of skepticism and determination to continue believing and espousing conspiracy theories about bird spaceships, I kind of think Gina's super awesome. It would be better, though, I think, if it was directed at people who are actually trying to make her stop doing what she's doing. Like, if there was some kind of, cancel culture, like, get her fired from her job for saying whatever. Spaceships, both bird and non-bird. I don't want to keep saying bird spaceships, but it's really often bird spaceships. Sometimes it's just shitty picture spaceships, though, so let's go with that. If people were doing that to her, and she came out and instead of saying like, oh, I'm sorry for all the people I've offended, I'm so sorry that I tweeted that birds are spaceships 5 years ago, she just said, no, I'm gonna keep saying birds are spaceships. That's what I'm about, and I say what I want and I do what I want. Screw you. That'd be great. I love it. But the fact is, nobody at all is trying to deplatform her or make her stop doing what she's doing. In fact, I'm pretty sure everyone watching this video right now very much wants her to keep doing what she's doing. I know I do.
And I don't take orders from you, okay? I answer to a higher light, okay? That can literally shatter your darkness
You were going to say dick, weren't you?
in the blink of an eye. So yeah, that is what I am saying. All of it right there.
In one of the other videos I made about you, you went on this big rant about how you had the supreme authority and power to block people, and it was like a power-mad rant about the basic ability that YouTube gives every single content creator. You didn't do that this time. I don't see you sitting there banning people. You're just directly mocking them. I feel like that's a much more mature approach.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, look at that. So if you ever go to my YouTube channel, I'm sure you can't see this, but that's what they do. They pick a particular post and then they spam it.
They spam it? Stop posting shady links on Gina's videos, guys. Not cool. Tisk, tisk.
And it probably is AI, is what it probably is.
Do you think Gina even knows that my channel exists? Like, if she knew I made that video about her, it would explain everything immediately. She wouldn't have to be leaping to conclusions like, it's probably AI. But the fact that she did it kind of goes to show the level of critical thinking we're dealing with here.
It is the most, look at that, get medical help. Oh my goodness, you need help. Yeah. And what they don't know is I got help, and that's how come I got this platform here on the YouTube and the Facebook and Twitter, okay? I've got divine help. I got help from above, help from the light.
Okay, but that's not the kind of help they're talking about, just to clarify that.
I just want to tell them it's not going to happen. It is not going to happen.
What's not going to happen? You stopping making videos like you said before, or are you getting mental help?
Yeah, look at this. Please consult a doctor. Oh, I know the highest physician there ever is.
Again, not the kind of help they're telling you to get. They don't mean a physician. I mean, sure, I'm not 100% on board with these kind of comments, but let's at least represent them accurately.
Yeah, this is so stupid. Yeah. That's all right. There is AI. They have AI programs too that have all of these. They can make up these fake pages and or, you know, these people. Well, they got something missing on the inside of here, and that is called LOVE.
They can make fake AI people to disagree with conspiracy theorists? I didn't know that. But I disagree with conspiracy theorists. What if I'm an AI people? How would I know? Can someone check my insides for LOVE? Should I talk to my physician?
Because if you've got love on the inside of here, you don't act in a way that is contrary to love. But if you've got the darkness inside of here, you are going to act in a way that is right there with that darkness. So they don't like the light.
Gina, you act just the same way they do. Laughing at them, calling them stupid. You do that all the time. That's just the way you act. Seems to me the only significant difference between you and them is that they disagree with you. Other than that, we're all the same, just slinging shit at each other on the internet. It's fine. It doesn't make you a bad person. Nobody gets hurt. It's just the culture. Just cut it out with the holier-than-thou bullshit, huh?
But I know how the story ends, and so do you all. The darkness, its days are numbered, okay? The light will win out in the end. So if you're one of those paid trolls, you want to come to my YouTube channel and say stupidness, guess what? I just let it roll right off my back. I do.
Oh, no, let's not overstate things. You have just now made a 15-minute video because of them. It's not quite just letting it roll right off your back. You do come off like you at least slightly understand how this internet back and forth goes, and you're a whole lot less bothered by mean comments than a lot of people I've seen. But to let it roll right off your back would mean to just ignore it altogether. Anyway, I guess that's about all that needs to be said about this, except that I didn't watch this whole video before I started making my response. But I just watched the rest of it to see if there was anything else I wanted to comment on, and I found that Gina yet again gives a weird rant about blocking people and how much fun it is and how good it makes her feel. I thought there'd been some character development. I think I was wrong. Oh well.
Oh, see, look here, we have one on here. It's called the Hydra Q. You are insane. Well, I can block you with a push of the button, and I will. It doesn't matter to me. Boom. So yeah, I can block you during this live video. If you want to come on here and play your little game, I can push a button. I can block you. And guess what? It doesn't bother me because it just doesn't. I'm so over it. It gives them great joy to do it. It really does. It gives me great joy to push that button and block you. I love it. I love to do it on a live video too. To just block you when you come on here, I can silly.
But anyway, it's been fun. If you like the video or any other videos I've done, please do share them around. This channel has not seen growth in quite a few months. I don't think the algorithm's really on my side, so I kind of rely on word of mouth. If you're not subscribed, please do subscribe, give the video a like, that also helps with the algorithm. Not sure how much, but some. Thanks very much to all my patrons, Subscribe Star supporters, PayPal supporters. You all are what keep this channel going, and I'll see you next week.